Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this is going to be a brief little review for Primal Paper Comics Red Knight number 6, brought to us by Manos Publishing and self-published by YouTube's own TheRealManos, Justin Cristelli. Written and created by Cristelli, this issue features as primary artist former guest artist Shiloh Penfield doing the cover-to-cover work inside the issue, as well as the cover itself, which just looks stellar, by the way, as well as two guest artists featured in two backup page-length biographies of a couple more members of the Union of Superheroes as created by Cristelli, these artists being Vince White and Forrester, respectively, and lettering is done by Lindsay Mays. Issue number 6 sees Todd McClane, aka Red Knight, his Uncle Nathan, and his seemingly unlikely partner, police detective Martha Brown, hot on the trail of a killer who in some way or another carries out his murders by manipulating birds to do his dirty work for him. While traversing this feathery mystery, Todd also has to deal with his uncle's uncertainty that Martha is worthy of their mutual trust, in what is an interestingly unfolding dynamic between the trio. Cristelli has a knack for creating both the heroes and villains of this universe that take up all of the best aspects of those we've all grown up with, and either remember fondly or even still hold as favorites. Enter, in this issue, the ominous Mr. Bird, a cat whom the trio soon find has his reasons for seeking vengeance on some former colleagues through the use of magical nature-manipulating abilities, as well as the magic shop owner and former hero whom Todd fanboys over, Ebenezer Trick, the latter of which actually hints at a former partnership with Martha, similar to the one that Todd currently has with her as Red Knight. Bird, as we and the heroes find in this issue, is the harbinger of death, and so it's quite fitting that his escape from prison, this after being the only man captured post a bank robbery, was enabled through the dark arts and aided by the same winged spawns found at later crime scenes. One of the great things about the interactions between Red Knight and Bird are the psychological aspects eventually used against him toward the end of the piece. And therein lies one of the charms in Cristelli's storytelling. He's adept at writing witty and realistic characters, dynamics between even setup and background characters serving to engage the reader and legitimize the overall universe they exist in. The relationships between Todd, Uncle Nathan, and Martha, as mentioned earlier, really keep the progression of the story as well as their own personal growth ever moving forward. Shiloh Penfield's art in this issue is a great punctuation and manifestation of this, especially where it pertains to the story itself. Every page is highly detailed and utilizes to the maximum depth and shading. The large swathes of black sprawled throughout, serving to embed in the reader's mind the ominous sense of foreboding that comes with every one of Bird's interactions. Penfield pulls off very well all aspects associated with what you want with a comic book, as has J.C. Grande prior to this. Stylized characters, dynamic structures that manage to convince you not only that they are three-dimensional and really exist, but are utilized in interesting ways through the use of dramatic angles, as well as tense action scenes. It's altogether impossible to find even one page that doesn't resound with a high level of detail that you could stare at for hours without noticing all aspects of it. This too can be said for the two backup character features set post the story itself, featuring the origins of Union of Superheroes characters Captain Danger and White Shark, respectively. Captain Danger, illustrated by Vince White, carries with it the look of the great and classic pulp comics of yesteryear, and tells the story of former priest Walter Watson, who hangs up his collar to don the hero's costume when he is one day gifted with super abilities after saving the life of a child. And White Shark, illustrated by Forrester, telling the story of a former Navy SEAL who one day is welcomed into the Shark Clan, as it is ordained that he is their former leader reincarnated. Taking up the sword and suffering many myriad losses over the years, White Shark eventually became their leader and sought to fight evil wherever it could be found. He continues to live up to his namesake, as it is said that sharks must keep moving forward or else they'll die, and White Shark is definitely ever moving forward. What's also cool is the back cover of this issue features not only Captain Danger and White Shark, but other members of the Union of Superheroes that have been written up as page-length bios in previous issues of Red Knight as well, illustrated by J.C. Grande, the piece serving largely as an ad for things to come in the next up issue of the book. Overall, issue number 6 of Red Knight lives up to the same continuity of quality that each of the previous issues has, continuing to get better with every issue and never failing to make this reader feel satisfied that his money was well spent. If you'd like to learn how to get your hands on this and other Red Knight issues, I'll link below Cristelli's YouTube channel as well as his Etsy shop where he sells the title as well as other goodies, and you can also find Red Knight on Facebook. Be sure to like the Red Knight Facebook page to catch any and all updates on the book as well as previews of art and other news related to it. Otherwise, that'll be it for me on this one. I highly encourage you to support this great indie comic and check out the other titles in the Primal Paper Comics catalog. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below as to whether you've read or plan to check out Red Knight. And so for now, that'll be it for me. I hope you're all doing well, and I'll catch you later. Peace.